Grace, peace, and mercy all. This is Pastor Chris from Spruce Run Lutheran. I just wanted to update everybody about what we're doing in the face of COVID these days. And at base, it's more of the same, but there's been some particular questions, and I just wanted to get out ahead of them and answer them and make sure we're communicating with everybody as best we can. So, why another video, right? So I was telling Lisa that I was doing another video on masks, right? I said it very grumpily. I didn't realize I did, but she just burst out laughing because, she knows at this point that I would so much rather be doing videos on all kinds of other things than this. But, I'm doing what needs to be done in the world in which we are. So on top of that, doing the video just because it's important to be, an open book, to be transparent with everybody about what we're up to, what are the rules of the game, because if you don't know the rules of the game, then you can't play the game, right? So getting everybody on the same page. Also, folk are asking questions, especially about sort of masks and so on, and it seems like there's kind of two camps. Some folk who would not show up unless they can guarantee that I'll wrestle people to the ground if they're not masked, and some other folk who don't want to show up as long as they have to mask. And it's worth just telling you all where we're at and what we're able to do safely. So what are we up to? So we're continuing to do kind of the practices we've been doing since the Delta variant kind of popped its head up, and we had to go back to some, basic COVID protocols. So we're continuing to require people to be masked while in the building and not alone. And this is especially important to do when we're singing because, again, as we all know at this point, I think, COVID is aerosol. It's spread in the air. It's spread by speaking loudly, by singing, and the masks kind of on one hand muffle our voices, unfortunately, but also muffle the virus from coming out if we happen to be infected and don't know it or don't know it yet. So we're continuing to be masked for the sake of others as well as for ourselves, because it kind of works both those ways. Also, we're limiting singing to the last half of the service. We're following a National Choir recommendation that essentially is you can sing for 15-ish minutes as long as you get the heck out of the space afterwards. Additionally, we are checking every Thursday on the CDC website. So they put out their latest guidelines for every single county in the nation every Thursday. So we go on and see what the CDC is saying about masking every Thursday, and just sort of follow that. And up till this point, it's been, continually, if you're indoors, be masked. So just to pause and reflect for a second, where we are at as a county. So you might have noticed that in a lot of places in this country, like the vast majority of the country, cases are going down. And in fact, some places in our state are, down under 10 cases per 100,000, some of the counties. But unfortunately, Hunterdon County is kind of stuck around the 15 to 20 range, and in fact, it's been going up a bit recently. So as you can see on this slide, we're at 21.5 cases per 100,000, an infection rate of over 1. So that means more than one person's getting infected each time it gets passed on. Positivity rate of 4.6. And I think this picture kind of shows a little better of sort of the ups and downs. As you can see, we'd been, as I said, sort of steady at sort of the 15-ish range, give or take a couple cases per 100,000 for a while, but then we recently jumped up to the 20s. So while the rest of the nation and the rest of New Jersey is going down, we, for whatever reason, are in fact going up, which is kind of a frustrating thing, as you might imagine. Well, you don't need to imagine, you're frustrated too, I'm sure. But yeah, again, just to kind of notice where we're at, there was that wonderful point where we were down in the light yellow color there, and we were able to, have voluntary masking and things like that. But yeah, we have climbed back up, unfortunately. So, as I said, we go on the CDC website every Thursday after 8 p.m. And just to show you what today's was, so this is technically Wednesday's numbers. We are at a high community transmission rate. So that means everyone in Hunterdon County, New Jersey, so whether you're vaccinated or not, should wear a mask in public indoor settings. So, you know, Spruce Run Lutheran being a public indoor setting where we fit under that mask recommendation. So that's what we're doing. Now, I have to admit, I've been feeling, sort of that just, is this ever going to end kind of feeling, which I think a lot of us are at that space. And are there places where in fact the CDC is okay with you not wearing masks, right? Because it feels like, at least everywhere kind of in the surrounding area, we are supposed to be wearing masks indoors. And so is it that the CDC is just forcing everybody to wear masks? Conveniently, you can look at any county in the United States, and looking at Towns County, Georgia. So this is where my parents currently live. They are moderate transmission, which means unvaccinated people should still continue to wear masks indoors. But if you are vaccinated, you do not need to wear masks indoors. So just to kind of give you a sense that there are some places where this has ended. They've reached a better space, and hopefully we will too soon. So, there's a little glimmer of hope. So again, just to think a bit about, this graphic here, this chart of how things have been going in Hunterdon County. There have been a couple different times when we've been at spaces where it's been safe to meet indoors and even unmask. So right, that whole yellow section there, that was the first part of the summer. We were at that space, and I hope soon we will be able to head back down to that space. Hopefully the downward trajectory we're seeing throughout the United States and in most counties in New Jersey will come our way soon as well, that we'll reach a space where we can be at a much more comfortable way of being indoors. So, in conclusion, we are continuing to require folk to be masked while indoors and not alone in the church, as the CDC is recommending, and we're doing that based on our readings on Thursday, 8 p.m. Each week, and we kind of plan accordingly. We're also limiting the singing, limiting both the amount of singing and also when we're singing. So if you have any questions, please contact me, and so Pastor Chris. And if you would like to check out any of these pieces of information I shared on your own, you can go to covidactnow.org to see extensive charts about any county in the United States, vaccination rates, whatever kind of information you're looking for is all sitting right there. Additionally, if you want to do the Thursday evening after 8 p.m. to check out what things look like in our county and what they're recommending regarding masking, you can go to covid.cdc.gov/covid-data-tracker. So that's what I have for you all. I want to assure you that if this is feeling long in the tooth, it's because it is, and yet we're all trying to do the best we can in the world as it is. So hang in there, and please know God loves you. Bye.